Lamonica MacGyver. Lamonica. I love saying that name because, you know, who's named Lamonica? You're usually Monica, right? But in this case, we got Lamonica. You got to put her up on a big pedestal. Look at all of her. Lamonica. So Lamonica MacGyver, out of Newark, New Jersey, a junior congressperson who suddenly rose to fame because she was caught in a brawl. Yeah, right outside the Newark detention facility where she said she was just doing her duty, her congressional duty. And somehow part of the congressional duty included allegedly swiping one of the ICE officials. And so now she has a new sort of excuse for why this all went down. And she's citing some new body cam footage that I'm going to show you in just a moment, which actually I don't think it's her to first base at all in any way, shape, or form. But let's remember, let's jog your memory because it's just so much fun to watch the lady in red, one Lamonica MacGyver herself. Yeah. Woo! Woo-hoo-hoo! Okay. That was it. Did you guys see that? Like, you know, it's a good right hook, right? Listen, these allegations are actually really serious because they carry like up to 17 years in prison and they're not going away. She's been indicted. And so now she has legal costs. Of course, she's trying to fundraise on it as well. She is now going to court saying that because there's this new body cam footage that was just released by the judge the other day, this somehow gets her off the hook. I'm going to show you the footage. Like MSNBC is like, woo, we have a story. You don't actually, because all the footage shows is the ICE officers like doing their job. And part of their job is like calling the higher ups, right? Because they don't want to like just run out there and arrest the mayor of Newark, New Jersey. They know that that's actually going to cause a commotion. And so they're seeking approval. They make the phone call and she's using this phone call to say, oh, well then like I was justified to get in the middle of the brawl. I'm like, how are these two things related? I mean, they're like doing their job. They're calling and seeking approval. What does that have to do with you deciding to, you know, right hook, allegedly, some poor ICE officer? But let's watch it together. Rachel Maddow, like just salivating over this, but there's nothing to salivate over. I'm sorry, but take a peek.
Well, thanks to body cam footage released by a federal court just this afternoon, we now know that the mayor of Newark was right when he said that that arrest did not arise organically from anything that happened on the ground at that ICE facility. He said at the time that his arrest appeared to have been ordered specifically by top Trump officials in Washington. Well, now today we can see with our own eyes that that appears to be true.
No, I got it. We're taking them right now. All right. Well, let me talk. This is already an hour now. Okay. Yeah, no, I'm going to take them right now. Okay. That's good. Okay. Come on. Okay, even though we stepped out, I'm going to put them in call. We're over an hour. And we have the right to be in there. All right, I'm calling them right now. All right. Guys, listen to me. We're going to walk out of the gate. I'm going to place the mayor in handcuffs, okay? We are arresting the mayor right now. Per the Deputy Attorney General of the United States.
Okay, so that's the line, right? He said, okay, guys, listen to me. We're going to walk out there. Now, don't forget what had been going on. Like all the chaos that was going on. They wouldn't leave the place. They were not allowed to be there. They didn't have an appointment. They were demanding to get in. There were all these protests that had been going on for days, right? I mean, nothing turned into the spirits of Lamonica until that moment happened. But this had been going on for days, and they were getting sick of it. And finally, the administration is like, well, yeah, you know what? You can go forward and arrest him. So they're just doing their job, right? Like that's like following a chain of command. Again, go back, listen to what he says.
Walk out of the gate. I'm going to place the mayor in handcuffs, okay? We are arresting the mayor right now. Per the Deputy Attorney General of the United States. Anyone that gets in their way, I need you guys to give me a perimeter so I can cuff them and get them on there. If you have body cams, turn them on. Okay?
His security clearly has is on and went for his weapon while we were engaged. So please let's
We'll walk him back in here. Okay. Okay. I already told him on camera that he was under arrest We're going to place him under arrest. Come on. All right, guys, stay with us. Be careful.
Yeah, that's the one. I'll bring it.
Backing you up.
Oh.
In the mayor right now.
So I think that the bottom line here is, and what we have learned is that they were doing their job. She decided to get a little rowdy, and she's now saying because they were authorized to go and arrest the mayor, that somehow clears her. I don't understand how that would clear her from this. Like, I'm sorry. Watch. Look at that. Woo! And then there's another. You see that? I really don't okay, that was the one. This is a biggie, guys. Okay, that one. See where she's like overhead, and this is not how a congressional person should act. Oh, okay. So she's saying that this is in her official duties. This is in her official duties, and that she was arrested in her official duties because somehow the Trump administration, ratcheted things up when they announced that they were going to arrest the mayor. And the fact that they put the body cams on, like, of course they do. Like, what do you think? Of course they do. This is what happens. They're going to put their body cameras on. So, Lamonica, you're out in left field yet again. And I realize you want to say it's just because, you're a target. You're a target. You're not a target, lady. You really aren't. You're just I don't even know what to say, because to me, a member of Congress does not go out and try to allegedly swipe at ICE officers. Like, that's just crossing like a line that one doesn't cross, right?
So they broke out in song on Monday. A few days prior to that, though, the video was a lot rougher. Another showdown outside that ICE detention center in New Jersey. Protesters, including Democratic lawmakers, members of the clergy there, protest the facility now a couple days in the making.
You see that? They were there every single day. They wouldn't go away. And that's why the decision was made to say, okay, we're going to escalate this because they are not following orders. And that's when then she escalated it. Getting into the crowd, trying to mix it up. So I want to go to Andy McCartney because she's saying, well, this was part of my congressional duty. Like, I had a duty to be there to check in on, again, because they're so worried about the illegal migrants that have committed crimes, that they have to go to the prison where they're holding them because they got to worry about the criminals that are here illegally, right? Instead of worrying about the people in Newark, New Jersey, she's out there caring about them, literally fighting for them. And so this is Andy McCarthy, really brilliant legal scholar who is on Fox here back when this happened in May. And he's saying she had no reason to be there. And doing that's not part of your congressional oversight duty. You can make an appointment like anyone else.
McCarthy's with us to tell us who's right, who's wrong on all this and where it goes from here. Andy, good morning to you, and thank you for your
morning,
time.
Bill.
Yeah, AOC says Tom Homan, Secretary Noem, you're the problem here. Here we go. Watch.
If anyone's breaking the law in this situation, it's not members of Congress, it's the Department of Homeland Security. It's people like Tom Homan and Secretary Kristi Noem. You lay a finger on them, we are going to have a problem.
Okay, so legally, who's in the right here? Do the lawmakers have the authority to go into this facility, or do they not?
No, they absolutely don't have the authority to go in without the approval of the executive branch. The enforcement of the federal immigration laws is a federal responsibility.
Exactly.
Congress has oversight of it, but members of Congress who are not acting as Congress, they're acting as individuals, they don't have any more right to obstruct the operations and certainly to create situations that endanger and in some cases reportedly have resulted in assaults on federal officials. They don't have any power to do that.
Yeah. Okay. So keep that straight. She was not acting within the scope of her duties, as much as she's going to try that. And now she's going to try and use this other footage to say, oh, well, this clears me. It doesn't clear you of anything, Lamonica. You're looking at 17 years in the slammer, okay? That is the reality of where you are right now. I'm sorry for you, but you know what? Maybe we got to restrain oneself, lady in red. You got to restrain oneself when you get swept up in the moment because, you got to fight for all those illegal criminals. I mean, again, going back to the sombrero hat trick that Donald Trump put out there, which, you know, it's Friday, why not? Do I have it? I mean, the sombrero hat trick that he put out there, which kind of left everybody saying, yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense.
Look, guys, there's no way to sugarcoat it. Nobody likes Democrats anymore. We have no voters left because of all of our woke trans Not even black people want to vote for us anymore. Even Latinos hate us. So we need new voters. And if we give all these illegal aliens free health care, we might be able to get them on our side so they can vote for us. They can't even speak English, so they won't realize we're just a bunch of woke pieces of you know, at least for a while until they learn English and they realize they hate us too.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, right? You know, so their lies are being exposed. Even CNN knows it. They took Hakeem Jeffries down. I mean, it's getting really interesting. I just got to say, it's really getting interesting. And as for Lamonica, I'm sorry. This prison gamble, this idea that, you know, somehow she's going to avoid prison time by highlighting the fact that the ICE officers were following a chain of command. Good luck, lady. You may need to get yourself Abby Lowell. I think you may need to go to the Legal Defense Fund too, just like Letitia James, and get yourself a more high-priced attorney, because you're going to need to come up with a whole better argument than that. Some good news for the DOJ. Those ICE apps, remember the ones that were like out there telling everybody we could go after ICE officers in light of some of the horrible things that have happened recently? Those are coming down. So that was a bit of a victory. I wanted to mention that before we ended the day. But listen, I may be back on the weekend because all of this is just moving so fast, and you know I can't stay away. You know I can't, so that's why you have to subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, please do me the favor of subscribing to the Trish Regan Show. I also put the Spotify link in. Okay, it's in the show notes. I really need help over there. I think we only have 12,000 followers. So just follow, okay? Like if you're watching, click on the Spotify link. And if you also could, 5 stars. I think you can rate it. You actually have to listen to an episode first, but you know, I'm not that hard to listen to, right? Make sure you click on the link that I sent right there. It would help a lot. I'd like to have more than 12,000. I mean, hey, we got 1 million over here, right? We can do it. Where there's a will, there's a way. To think that we just started doing the show live 2 years ago and here we are. Over 1 million strong. That's thanks to you guys. So I'm going to pop up over the weekend and keep corresponding with you. Thank you for all you do to make this channel a success. We have our regulars here. I know you like my dress. Thank you so much. I like this dress too, actually. I'm going to bring it back on Halloween because I'm just going to put a little mask on and then I can go as Catwoman. Yeah, I do it every year. Like I have only one costume. Well, I have an alternative costume, and that's Wonder Woman. But it's usually too cold. Okay, I can move to Florida to be Wonder Woman. So Catwoman kind of works, right? Anyway, it's so good to see. I love all these comments. You guys are so enthusiastic, and you're just fantastic. And I've grown to like. Unfortunately, I don't get to see you. I don't know what your names are in some cases. Piece of My Mind and Cat Crazy. But Leslie, I know you. So thank you. And Don, I know you. But I love all of you guys here, and I look forward to us getting together every day. And we are going to be all over that Lamonica story, you know. I mean, if nothing else, so I can say, Lamonica! I'm going to start singing. I got a singer name. Like, it feels like it should be sung. It feels like very Italian to me for some reason. Operatic. Anyway, good to see you on this Friday. We will continue the conversation over the weekend and back here live. Make sure you subscribe to the Trish Regan channel right here on YouTube and on Spotify and Rumble. See you soon.